Hello, this is David Marco, the president of EWSolutions, and I'm here to give you a quick demonstration of our online and automated data governance assessment. So this video, this demo, this is a quick one. I'm just doing this rapidly so you can see it, so we can get a demo on our website. In a few weeks, we will take this one down and put in a well-produced one with subtitles that'll be much nicer, but this will do for the meantime. So let me first start. We are on the EWSolutions website, EWSolutions.com. We're going to scroll down to our automated data governance assessment. That's why we're here, and that's how you found this video. So this is the main landing page for it. And let me kind of start at the beginning. I have been in consulting a long time. Nobody has ever built an automated assessment that I've ever seen, not in IT, and certainly not in data governance. But when you think about, so we have done over 100 data governance assessments, and the typical way we do them is the way everybody does them. We go in, we interview key members of a company or maybe a federal agency, and based on how people answer our questions, we give different insight and provide different recommendations based on those answers. So what we did, we took probably over 100 years of knowledge when you count all of our consultants who've worked on this, and poured all that intellectual property into this online assessment. It has over 30 questions. And what happens is each question has a different mathematical weight to it. And what'll happen is at the end of the assessment, we're going to average all those and as first off, assign an overall grade to your data governance program based on the average that you received. You will not only get a percentile grade, but you'll get a letter grade. We're using the old university scoring system of A through F. Sorry, we had to include F on this. So we will also, for the overall program as we see it, give you some insight and some recommendations. But here's the exciting part. For every single question that you answer, you will get a grade and a percentage overall for the assessment. So if you have 10 people taking the assessment, and let's suppose the average grade is 70% on question one, that would be a C, you would get insight based on that average of how your program is doing based on how you answer that question, and specific recommendations, 0 or more, based on how you answer that question. If you get an A for a question, I can tell you our only recommendation is just keep doing what you're doing, because that's the highest score you can get. So, and I'm going to show you all of this. We're going to purchase it on this demo. I'm going to show you the dashboard, everything you want to see. So stick with me. At the end of this assessment, when you tie it up, a EWSolutions data governance expert will email you in a couple business days, and offer you a free 90-minute consultation to walk through the assessment recommendations and the assessment with you. If you want, you don't have to take us up on this offer. It's free. I know for me, if it's free, it's me. But anyway, let's get to the assessment because I want to get to the demo. I've created 2 temporary Gmail accounts for this. We need to do, before we can start this assessment, we need to do 3 things. Number 1, identify the total number of people who you're going to assess. In this case, we're going to have a group of 2 to keep this demo short. Please keep in mind, when you price this, and you'll see it in the pricing, you can add more people if you eclipse your pricing level. So I'll show you it in a second. The big thing is once you purchase the assessment, you have 1 year to access it and complete the assessment. So after 1 year, you get that whole year to look at it, to look at the insight, download a PDF of it. And after that, you do have a choice. If you want to continue having access, you can pay a yearly subscription fee to do that. Okay, so number 1, how many people? Number 2, and this is really the big one. It's the most important thing. Who's going to be the project manager? This is vital. The one thing we can't do, we can't let you change that. Once you assign a project manager, that's who it is. So get that one right. Next, write out the names of the people taking the assessment. Now, I will tell you right now, you can change these once you're in the assessment. For our purposes in this demo, 2 people, myself as the project manager and Mary Jones. That's who's going to take it. So let's kind of take a look at the pricing. Here's how we do it. If you have 7 or fewer people who you want to be respondents, meaning people taking the assessment survey, that's $9,500. If you want between 8 and 15, that's $15,000. If you want 16 to 50, it's $30,000. And really, when you go over 50, contact us. We can take thousands of people. Most companies would never do an assessment with thousands of people. It would cost tens of millions of dollars. Not here. We can do it for vastly 90% less than that. So anyway, let's get here and let's get to the purchasing, because that's what it's all about. Let's click purchase the assessment. And this is going to take us to the assessment registration page. I could tell you levels 4 and 5, we're going to modify those two, because really you need to contact us when you go above 50 so we can give you customized pricing, because there's a big difference between 50 and 100 respondents and 101 to 1,000. So anyway, let's start level 1. We know we're only doing these for 2 people. We'll start there. 9,500. Let's register. And this will take us to a special page where, and I'm sorry, we didn't quite go where I wanted to go. I'm sorry. That is because I am already logged in to the assessment under another account. So that is my mistake. Let us go back there and go back to purchase the assessment. So let me go in and register. Okay, here we go. When I'm not logged in already under my EWSolutions account, it works a heck of a lot better. I'm going to put in here the username for the project manager. This is the project manager that we're putting in. So let's get it right. In this case, I'm going to use a username of DMarco, and I'm going to make it the same as the Gmail account I created. So we're going to have a bunch of 7s and a couple of 5s. That particular email address is dmarco777755@gmail.com. I got to make sure I get this right. In one of the times I tried to shoot this demo, I didn't quite get the name correct. All right. Okay. And then we need a password, right? So let's make sure we get that. Okay. And so I put in good passwords. So let's try to get this right. Okay. We don't do discount codes. I'll tell you that right up front. Organizational name. You really need to put this in. This is going to be the name of the company. I'm just going to use NewCo just to keep it simple. NewCo Data Governance Assessment. Now, I strongly encourage you, pay by credit card. So much easier. If you choose manual payment, what that means is our bookkeeper will contact you and you'll have to send us a check or do an ECH or some other means. That is going to delay you multiple days. I can just tell you this from experience. So do a corporate credit card, so much easier. In this particular example, I am going to do a manual payment and then approve it, have our bookkeeper approve it manually so that my credit card is not charged and I have not put my credit card on a how-to demo. All right, I've done that. I need to pause the recording, have our bookkeeper approve that. So I'm going to pause this recording and come right back. All right, here's where I'm at. We paid our invoice, did that. I had my bookkeeper do it in the background. And you should really get 2 email messages. The first one here says, "Hi, David Marco. Your data governance level 1 payment has been received." It actually in here, look at this. You don't have to contact us for an invoice. Just click on the link. You get an invoice automatically that pops up. So you don't even have to contact us. It's all done for you. But anyway, now, and I could just tell you, I know people always ask us for invoices, But let's get to the fun stuff. Let's actually go to the assessment now that we purchased it and have access. So we just click on the link here. In case I went too fast, there's a link right in the email message right here, EWSolutions assessments. We're going to click on that and you will be automatically logged right into the dashboard. Now, you could also have gotten here by going back to the previous screen and hitting login and typing in your ID and password, but this will be good enough. This is really the fast way to do it. All right, we're in our assessment. We could either go to my dashboard up here or click the button here. I'm going to click the button here, my dashboard. Okay. From the my dashboard, what do we see? 4 tabs: assessment overview, which is just some high-level analytics, the respondent scores, the assessment report itself, and then managing our organization. We just purchased it. No one's taken the assessment yet. So the first thing you must do, and mark this down, you got to go to manage the organization right in here. The most important thing, and it says it right here at the top, go into manage organization, scroll down and type in your organizational code. In this case, I'm going to type in 5 number 2s and make it simple. That will be our org code. And that's critical because this is how we keep our assessments specific to our group. So feel free, create any code you want, but definitely put a little bit of complexity in it. So anyway, we have our org code. Now, what do we want to do? Let's go to back to, we are here and manage our respondents. And if you notice, search respondents. Imagine if you had 50, 100, thousands of people, you'd want to be able to search these. So we give you that search capability here. In this case, notice we only have one respondent, and that's me, because whoever is the project manager, you are counted as one of the respondents. So I'm already in here. However, at the start of this, I said we would have 2 respondents, and we shall. One will be me, the other will be Mary Jones. So we have a couple ways to do it. We can do it manually, which I will do, but you could also do it a couple other ways. You could also import a CSV file right here. Import a CSV, and we give you a sample. Take the sample, and if you're putting in 50, 100 people, you can put them in the CSV sample, upload it, and it'll all be done automatically. In this case, we're only doing 1. So let's add our person. This is Mary Jones, and her email, let me make sure I get this right, is Mary Jones. Now, I have to tell you, there are a lot of Mary Jones in Gmail. So this is how detailed I had to get. Oop. Oh, I'm sorry, must have hit something. Mary Jones, email address is Mary Jones. And then let me go here. 1, 2, 3, and 8 at gmail.com. I had to go to 6 digits to find a unique one. Username is optional. We don't even have to put that in. Same with password. Here's the thing you want to understand. When you add a respondent, they will be sent an email notification. If you don't want them to get that notification, you could disable it here. In this case, I do want her to. Keep in mind, your firewall may prevent you from sending email notifications directly from our software. If that's the case, look here, just scroll down, invite organizational respondents. You can literally just take this code, copy it, Control-C, and put it into an email and send it to all your respondents. Very simple. Now, when we add someone, notice she's invited, but she hasn't accepted yet. All we've done is invite her. So here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to pause this recording, and I'm going to show you the invitation that Mary gets. All right, I just logged in to Mary Jones's Gmail account. So if you see here, she has an email sitting there, your data management assessment invite link. So we click on it, and look what it says. Hello, you've been invited by David Marco, so that'll be the name of the project manager and his email address, to take this assessment. There's a link right in here, and it tells you, make sure to enter your profile information and then click Start Assessment to take it. So let's click on that link. And this is what Mary Jones sees. Now notice her dashboard looks different than the project manager's. All she gets is start the assessment and an assessment review because she's not the project manager. The detailed information of the assessment is only for that one person. So we come down here. She will need to enter a password if she so desires. So let's put in a password for her. Let's see here. Oop. Okay. There we go. All right, let's see if I could type it correctly. Hey, oh, they do not match. All right, let me try it again. I had a feeling I fat fingered that one a little bit. Let's see. Okay. Oop. Can I tell you, this is trickier than it looks. All right, we updated it. So now we've updated our password. She can come back in here as many times as she wants. But now it's time to start the assessment. She can actually hit 2 buttons to get there. Take the assessment up here or start the assessment. If you remember our email to Mary, if we pop over, it said, hey, click on Start Assessment. So let's assume Mary's paying attention and that's what she's going to do. Let's start it. You ready? Okay. This is the first question, and it's about executive sponsorship. Does your organization have at least one executive sponsor for your data governance initiative? And you're going to pick the statement that most closely describes your sponsors. So if we don't have an executive sponsor, or if the sponsors we do have are not executives, or maybe we have limited resources for execution, then I'd pick this one. However, maybe we have a sponsor who comes from IT, but he or she does not have solid connections with the business areas. And this sponsor doesn't come from those areas. So maybe it's a 2. Maybe we do have one executive sponsor and this person is well respected and has good connections and can fund our program. Then we'll pick 3. What if we have 2 or more executive sponsors representing both IT and the business? Then we put the best answer. I'm feeling good about ourselves today. Let's select that one. Now I hit next. Again, we have over 30 questions. Next question. What level of involvement does this sponsor have with the current data governance efforts? Well, again, we have a bunch of different answers to this question. Maybe we don't have a sponsor, or there's no senior level involvement here, all the way to all the sponsors are actively participating, providing support and championship for our effort. Let's say they're doing it. Let's give ourselves a good grade. All right, I'm going to do that, then hit next. Or actually, here's what I wanted to show you. Let's hit next. I'll show you one more question. Let's suppose I wanted to hit next again. You're going to get an error message. We're not going to let you continue. So I'm not going to walk through any more questions. I've shown you enough free intellectual property. What I'm going to do is I'm going to pause this recording, finish this assessment for Mary Jones, and show you what the project manager sees. Stay with me. Okay, I am logged into the assessment as the project manager. And we see last time I showed you that, hey, we went to my dashboard down here. Let's do it a little differently. Let's click up here, my dashboard, and see what's going on. In the assessment overview, it'll show us how many total submissions we've gotten. And Mary Jones finished hers, and you see she gave us overall, when you tally up her scores, a B, 83% of a possible 100%. We get a little bit of insight here on that, but that's not really what's relevant. We show you analytics for each of the 7 categories that we are grading you upon. We show you the analytics, not by person, but by the total number of respondents. And we see in category 1, 95%. We're doing great there. Category 2, up. Category 3, not too well. So it's all interactive. And we show you for the total number of respondents, the grades that we have received. I should say these percentages are rounded. If there's any, fractions in there, we just show you whole percentages. So when I look here, I could even then go to respondent scores and all this other stuff. However, I made a mistake as the project manager. Now, I meant to do this. We only have one submission because I haven't submitted my response yet. Okay. I am going to take the assessment as the project manager so that we have a little better group. And then I'll show you all these little tabs and all the analytics you get. So let me pause this recording and finish taking it as the project manager. Okay, as the project manager, I finished taking the assessment. And what I should have showed you before is when you finish the last question, you get a little thank you and a little ribbon so you feel good about yourself. So anyway, we finished taking the assessment. Let's go back to my dashboard and see what's going on. Hey, we have a total of 2 respondents here. And we see that our overall average, this is the worst, 79%. We just missed a B by 1%. And we can see here, we get insight based on that letter grade and percentage score. And it shows you how we are doing by category. And if you look, really, the category we're doing badly in is category 2, organizational support. That's the one we're struggling in. However, we're doing very well. We have a great data governance organizational framework, excellent skills and education, and very good sponsorship. So overall, this is pretty good. And it shows you, again, these are all averages. All right, let's look at the respondent scores. I'll show you how this works. You can see who has taken it and completed it. So if you had 20, 30, 1,000 people, you can see which respondents have completed the assessment. And we see that our group, Mary and David, have both completed. We show you the scores from each of them. However, we do not tie the score to the specific respondent name. Why? For privacy reasons. We don't want to have people feel like they're being watched, that they're going to be held accountable in some negative way based on the scores they gave. And then we give a scatter plot just to show where these scores are coming in. So this is very useful, especially when you get to 20, 30, 100 respondents. You can kind of see it here. All right, that's the respondent scores. Let's go. This is the tab you've been waiting for me to hit on, and that is the assessment report. So let's take a look here. This assessment report goes by each question, and it shows you, hey, our first section was initiative sponsorship, and it has 4 questions. Gives you a little bit of background on this section, and it says, hey, your overall score for this group is 95%. You are doing this right in accordance to industry best practices. I can tell you right now in the insights, we're going to just give you a pat on the back. Your data governance has sufficiently broad and deep active executive sponsorship. Lucky you. Follow the suggestions offered in the insights to these questions to help improve it. But each question, we probably scored well. So as far as the first question, our overall average brings us to question D. And we give some background here of what are good qualities in an executive sponsor, along with insight into the question. And then we say, hey, I told you this before, if you're getting an A on a question, it means you're doing great. So you have excellent and sufficient sponsorship. Let's find one where we are not doing as well. Okay, here we go. Team resources. Here's a good one. Data governance, team resources. We only got a C on that one. Let's click on the insights and we can see we're doing pretty bad on this one. So we give some insights. You may want to explore whether your organization has made a commitment to managing data as an asset. And we just kind of go on and give you plenty of detail there. So you can, in this area, interactively go through every single question and look at the insights. But what if you're a paper person? What if you're saying, David, can't I just generate a PDF and read it? Well, of course, there's a generate PDF tag waiting for you right here. So if I generate PDF, it will pop it up. So then let's download it. And it will do that. Give it a moment here. This is a big report, and I actually want to show you this report interactively. So there we go. Let's download it here, save the file. And then here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to pull up this report, and then I'm going to swap my screen share so you can see the report. Okay, here we go. There you go. Here's what I want to show you. We have a nice, our logo showing here, giving you the different sections. 59, this is what I wanted to show you. 59 pages of insight and detail and recommendations. I have to tell you, that's about what we do for an actual data governance assessment. So let me kind of go back to our assessment in our web browser. Hold on, let me just pull that back up. Oh, I see where we're at. Share that, and let me go back and go over here. Okay, let me make sure we're sharing the right thing. Okay. That was a quick how-to tutorial. Again, in a couple of weeks, we'll have something cleaner, more professional, but I wanted to get this up here. We are excited. Our internal development team worked tirelessly to make this happen. We're proud of this. And remember, when you're done with this assessment, somebody from our team, one of our data governance consulting experts, will contact you and walk you through the assessment over a 90-minute meeting. I hope you enjoyed it. Take care. Have an amazing day. Bye-bye.